pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. First thing is we have the open public forum. Is there anyone out here that'd like to speak? If not, we'll move ahead. Establish the agenda. Aaron, do you have anything?
No.
Rob?
No, sir.
Pete? Julie? Dale?
No, Mr. Mayor.
No. Jenny? I don't have anything either, so I'll entertain a motion to
Adjourn?
2 more minutes.
accept the agenda.
So
That's
moved.
one thing I'd like to say is the city's doing a very good job on fire hydrants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Paul's been out cleaning them.
Okay, we have a motion on the table. Julie seconded. Motion made by Rob, seconded by Julie. Any further discussion? If not, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign? Okay. All right, you were saying they're doing a good job with the hydrants.
Absolutely. Well, the snow,
Yeah.
That was the approval, right?
Well, they've been doing
Yeah,
a
that
good
was just for
job,
the
period.
agenda.
they've been doing a pretty good job, really good job, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
We're running out of
never
places to go
used
with the
to.
snow, that's the problem.
Well,
We
the other
never
thing,
used to, but we brought it up here a couple of years ago.
When they have
Jenny.
time, they do
Yeah.
get them
and
done.
the city's doing a really good job. Jenny, I don't know if you do it, or Melissa, or who does it, but posting on Facebook, when the plows are gonna be out, clean around your
Yeah.
fire hydrants, all that.
We both do
If
that.
you guys have Facebook, any of you, and you see that with the city, share that, so more and more people in town will see it. You guys are doing a really good job of that as well.
Yeah,
I wish you would share it with the staff too. I mean, I'm sure you do, but it would be helpful to know that, I think the council as a whole really appreciates
I will
their
definitely
extra-
pass
Please.
that along, yes.
Yeah.
'cause I
you know, the fire
cannot
hydrants are a
easy.
big deal.
Yeah, they are. It's
You
important to
know,
make
if
sure
we
that
have
they're
a fire
clean.
here and
Safety
you
issue.
take 15 minutes to dig them out,
Yep.
you know.
I don't know, that person with the budget with the money and the extra diesel fuel, though, that doesn't look,
Yeah, we won't talk about
I don't,
the snow budget anyway.
We'll save on lawn mowing.
Have a question about
Things
that?
there's no budget.
Well, but.
No mowing this
Good
year.
point, Dale. I mean, if that does last too much longer, we won't have to put a lot of money into mowing lawn.
For at least a month.
The park budget will turn into a pool budget, and we'll be okay.
We'll need some doxo out in the park.
Ducks?
Okay, consent agenda.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, we let that get away.
Has everybody taken a look at that?
Yes, sir.
And the claims for the month?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Motion to approve, sir.
Some motion on the table by Rob, second by Julie. Is there any further discussion? Any further discussion? If not, proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side.
Aye.
Motion carries. Public hearings, we have none. New business, ordinance amending section 503.09 of the city code.
Karen, I was hoping Karen could talk about that a little bit, but you want to talk about
That's
that a
an
little bit?
easy one, yeah.
Go ahead.
The code right now provides for a petty misdemeanor violation on the dog ordinance. And in some situations where you have repeat problems, it might be appropriate to have a misdemeanor penalty available. We don't have to have it be we can always go down, but you can't go up. So
Okay.
we want to set it at a misdemeanor, and if we want to make it just a petty, we can always do that. So Karen had taken a look at it, and this is a result of a particular individual, but not just for that person. So I would recommend that we go ahead and make this change. So this is the first reading.
Okay. All right. This is the first reading. Any other questions concerning it? If not, we'll move on to the R 2019-5 resolution for summary of ordinance.
The ordinance that was approved up in the consent agenda regarding the right-of-way permits is 11 pages long, which would be quite costly. I'm sure Doug wouldn't mind.
Oh, I'd
you know,
love
if
it.
we printed it, but,
Extra section.
yeah, in efforts to save a little money, Aaron put together a summary ordinance in the resolution form, and that will get published in the paper. The full ordinance is on our website as well for people, and it's in your agenda packets. So that's all that does.
All right.
Am I missing something, or what's that about?
It was the ordinance that had a first reading last month regarding right-of-way permitting.
Okay.
Do you need a motion on that, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
that
Yes.
resolution.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
made by, motion made by Bob, seconded by Dale, to approve the resolution. Is there any further discussion? Any further discussion? If not, proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Unfinished business, nothing. Reports of officers, boards, and committees. City Administrator, should we go through yours?
We got the MMUA Public Power Forward Toolkit. I'm currently reviewing it. I will email you all copies when I'm done looking at it. Paul started February 4th. He's been working with Troy on learning the water and sewer. He's also been the one cleaning the fire hydrants and the sidewalks. And I have him signed up for the on-site on-demand for electric. And he's just been helping out, kind of learning the ropes right now and moving a lot of snow, so. But he's very knowledgeable, he knows how to run all the equipment, he knows how to fix most everything, so he is definitely an asset to our staff. I've been making a lot of updates to the website. I got all our pictures on from last month. I added a policies tab, a volunteer tab, if people want to volunteer for any of our boards or commissions, their job descriptions are on there. And provides kind of what's involved if you want to be on the planning commission or if you want to be on the charter commission or any of our other boards. So that's, and I can certainly add more stuff. I put a section on there too with dog license information, chicken permits, stuff.
But not ducks.
Yeah, no ducks, right, and just things that I think people, when they go to our website, would want to know. And then our most current council meeting will play on our city homepage. And then I also have a link to the YouTube page that has all of the council meetings on because they're so entertaining. And then, let's see, I've been put on the MMUA Government Relations Committee. We meet Friday via conference call to discuss legislative issues that are relating to public utilities and things that are happening at the legislature, just kind of keep abreast of that. If there's any council action that would need to be taken, I can bring that back to you guys, and it's very interesting. I've learned a lot on that. We interviewed one appointee for Charter Commission, which we approved, and 2 for EDA. And Drew Schmidt is our newest EDA member, if you wanna say hi.
Does everybody know Drew or not? Okay.
Raise
Drew,
your
do you
hand
know
so we
everyone
which
up
one
here?
you are. Oh,
Drew is married to Megan
Whittaky.
Whittaky. She owns the pharmacy with Ellen. So probably know her from
Welcome,
there.
Drew. You're official now.
You're home.
just remember, you asked for it.
Yeah. And then for the EDA Director's Report, I spent 22 hours on EDA-related jobs. I did mail out some surveys for business retention and expansion. I sent them out to 7 businesses, and I'll be following up with interviews with those businesses, just kind of see how those businesses are doing, if they're aware of the programs that the EDA offers, if there's anything we can do to help them grow or expand, or if they're fine, or just so we can kind of put together a spreadsheet of all of our businesses in town and kind of where they're at, so we have a better idea of what we can do to help them. There was a business transition meeting at Sibley County to talk about how helping businesses, people who are gonna retire, if there's nobody to come and buy or take over their business, nobody in the family wants to, own a bowling alley or whatever, we can try to find people to transition into those businesses as these people start to retire. There's a website that'll be going up soon, but it's not quite ready to go. And we're also in the process of annexing that Larry Anderson property that's been published in the paper, so we'll take action on that next month. And I have not had a chance to talk to Big Lake about the community college information. And I did have 2 other things to add quick that have happened since I typed this up. We do have a potential sale of the Winthrop Dairy Queen, and we do have a potential sale of the Heartland Collision Building. So those are 2 very good things that I think
Fantastic.
will improve our community a lot.
Awesome.
He's trying to sell.
Good news.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on there, so thank you.
Been getting all the emails?
For all that.
Is that gonna stay at Collision Center?
No.
No.
No, there's an ag manufacturing business that's gonna be
Okay.
going in there.
Nice.
They'd have to be rezoned.
Yes, it will have to be rezoned I-1, which is adjacent, crop production is I-1, so that's adjacent to that property. And I ran it by Darren already, and he said that it, you know, barring any other public input problems, it shouldn't be a problem to have that rezoned, so,
On the, behind it to the west is,
I-1.
yeah.
Very good.
That's all for me.
And Aaron, did you have anything?
Nothing really eventful, just a stable amount of criminal cases, and then just worked on some of the ordinance resolutions that you saw, and assisting Jenny with
Questions?
small things here and there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. Water Sewer Department, bring us up to date on those meters.
We got all the electric meters in, we have some of the water meters in. I was hoping to start putting electric meters in April, but with the snow, we probably aren't gonna be able to do that. Gordy is trying to get someone in here to test all of our three-phase and demand meters before we put the new ones on, just to make sure that all the CTs and PTs are operating correctly, and that, you know, we did have them tested shortly after I started here, and I know there were some that needed some upgrades then, and so hopefully we can get that all squared away before we put the new meters in. But the electric meters aren't probably gonna be too difficult to get put in. The water meters are gonna be more, because we have to get into the houses.
Did they
and-
just pull those out and push the new one in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Troy's got a list of about 35 people, just test meters that we're gonna put in, just to kind of see what's all involved, and B&R is gonna do them. We're looking at using a meter horn so that it reduces our liability when it comes to the plumbing part of the meter installation. But we'll see how it goes, you know, we'll put a few in and see how it goes, so.
Is it gonna be automatic reading?
Yes, Troy we have a reader, and he'll be able to read virtually the whole town from one place, but the guys who are, you know, the salesman said probably 3 passes, and he'll have them all read. So ideally, I'd like to get the electric meters in, so we can start reading those first.
That was my question.
Fantastic,
We
because I
can start
cannot
reading.
even find my,
Right, I know.
We've been getting a
Plowed a
lot
little
of
spot to
calls.
mine, a little
Gordy
trail.
can't even read the
Can't get to
demand
it.
meters. I mean, that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
He said the demand meters are covered, so, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have the meters, we don't have all the electric, or all the water meters in yet, but we have all the equipment. Kirk's been here doing some training with Matthew on the software side of it, so, yeah, we're moving along, and that's gonna be our big summer project, so.
All right.
And Troy he just got back from vacation today, and he and Joe are going to the Minnesota Rural Water Conference tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Troy will hopefully be testing for his sewer license the end of April, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
He's doing good.
Yes, very good. We have very good staff.
The street department, snow budget,
Gordy's
how are
exhausted.
we doing?
I don't know exactly where we're at, but I know,
People keep asking me, well, you
oh, it's
still-
over budget, you know.
It's gotta be.
We got a bunch of blades coming in, you know, he had to buy a bunch of new blades, you know, fixing equipment. We're now, once Melissa closes the books tomorrow, I can have her send you guys all out where we're at with the snow budget. Mike did a nice story on it last week in the paper.
You mean blades for the grader?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cutting
there's
edges,
equipment that needs to be fixed, and, you know, Lonnie's been a great asset, that Lonnie comes in and helps move snow.
He's not tired yet, though.
He's young. So, yeah, the guys are working very hard, and they're doing a good job, and everybody's tired and everybody's frustrated, and,
As far as I'm concerned, there's no budget when it comes to removing
You don't
snow.
have a choice.
I mean, we gotta do
We
it.
can, we can set it, but you can't, you're not gonna,
Right.
you don't have a crystal ball, it is
Yeah.
what it is, we have to work around it.
he has had Lafayette Excavating come in a couple of times with the D8 to push back the intersections, and
Oh, that's who that was in there. I saw that cat and I was wondering.
yeah,
Okay.
because it's so hard to see at the intersections, and
Absolutely.
that northwest side of town gets hammered really bad, so.
That one down by Messner's on Second Street, where there's that yield
Oh,
coming up from Tom Rano's. You look to the left and you cannot see.
yeah,
Because she's on the hill and they piled it up on the hill and I
Yeah.
think it didn't help much.
yeah, but they're doing the best they can.
All right. Electric department, MMPA meeting.
Well, I don't know, I get all confused. You're talking meters. We spent a lot of time talking meters, and, I don't know, they're trying to get all the towns to buy the same kind of meters, I guess, and.
Well, and they want to
Those,
do.
those Triton, is that what you got, a
Oh,
Triton?
we have, census.
Oh, yeah, so asked why there were so many census out there, and he said, just as a good salesman, that's what they thought of the meters. I mean, they, you know what I mean, that, so,
Hutchinson has census
Yeah.
too, and that's what
So-
Gordy liked.
you know, it's like, if everybody's buying a Chevy, everybody buys a Chevy, whether they're any good or not, that seems to be the going thing. The thing that bothers me just a little bit about that they talk about all the software and everything, I don't know that I want the MMPA kind of getting their fingers and knowing our business either, but, yeah, sounds like,
Well, the stuff they want to
do
do,
it.
we can't do with the drive-by anyway. We'd have to have an AMI,
yeah.
which is expensive. Yeah, because we can't do time of use with a drive-by.
Yeah, and that's what
system.
they're all after, time of demand and the whole,
And not that 5 years from now that won't change, but, you know, right, and this system that we got can be upgraded to a AMI quite easily by just putting the tower up. But right now, we can't do any of that.
we underwent, it didn't say in yours, but we underwent that, well, maybe it did, that reliability. The federal government comes in to see how reliable your electricity is. The feds do, and I guess we're okay. They're putting in more. We ran into a couple of towns, like Broughton and them don't have a school to put in the solar. And so we had to kind of say, well, we'll let the town have it versus not having it, versus a school project type of thing, so. There was something else too.
Or when-
Reliability. Wind towers are in, they got an RFP out to buy some, so I don't know, depending upon what they come in at.
To replace the old ones?
Yep.
Okay.
And that was by, they didn't want to replace them, the towns all asked for them. Including us. Jenny was saying, we gotta have a wind tower.
Well, I didn't say we have to have a wind tower.
Our logo's got a wind tower on it, we
I
gotta.
had to redesign it with, I took the wind tower out, so I'm ready to go either way. And the
We
windmill
don't need to
goes,
cancel it.
yeah.
All right, was that it, Pete?
Pretty much.
Okay. Fire report, ambulance, police report, police chiefs. Why don't you bring everybody up as to where we are as far as the interviewing?
We have 4 for the police officer, 3 for the SRO officer. Karen is gonna be lining up interviews, and as soon as I know when, we'll let you, I told her after 3:30 works better for you, and I suppose that doesn't work for you.
Did somebody else quit?
Let me know, I can.
No, this is still from the other ones. So yeah, we're moving along, and we'll let you know when we have interviews.
Good. All right, planning commission, no report. RS Fiber report.
We had a joint powers board meeting on February 21st. There was nothing really new. They're looking at trying to refinance the senior secured debt. The cooperative board reiterated that, they're still very aware of their promises to the communities and governing bodies. There will probably be another meeting coming up soon if they get anywhere with the refinancing. It was actually a really, it was an interesting meeting because, there's representatives from all the cities, but there are also the townships involved. And the townships they're not invested in it yet. A lot of them have been asking, can we, is there a way for us to get involved? They're very, very happy with the service they've got. And it was, from Gibbon, he got really, pretty passionate about it. He said, Gibbon doesn't always have a lot to be excited about. And he said, we've got 3 or 4 new businesses this year. We don't have very many houses for sale. They're selling really fast. And at least, in his mind, he attributed a lot of that to the fiber that they've got. So, it was a fairly short meeting, and I'll keep you updated on any information coming next.
Mr. Mayor, I've heard a lot about our legislators want to put money into rural broadband. So maybe some way or another, we can get down on a grant.
They've talked about that. I mean, there's always stipulations, and it's, a lot of those grants are for, if you read it carefully, they're for unserved or underserved populations. We don't really fit the unserved very well, but the underserved populations, we might be able to qualify for some of those. So, that is something that the
We're surely
Robert team
rural.
will look at. Yes, yes. So,
But
and-
you've got a system, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're
Yeah,
gonna go for places to start them up, before they would put money into a system that exists, wouldn't they?
right, but, you could probably argue that some of our,
Yeah,
some of the
yeah,
rural townships are, some of them
Still
really
aren't
are.
served.
Yeah, pretty
And
much
underserved,
unserved.
so yeah.
So, that actually came up at the meeting.
There's a
They're-
chance, there's
Yeah.
a chance.
Very good. Cable Commission. So there was a report in there?
Yep, we
Yep.
met the 27th. They voted to distribute the grant funds to the schools, 7,500 to each of the public schools and 2,000 to each of the parochial schools. And then we did discuss security cameras for all the municipal buildings, and they did vote to give each city $10,000 for security cameras for their city hall buildings, up to $10,000.
Now, that would be a couple of different cameras located wherever we want to put that, or? are
It's
you
at the
talking about-
city's discretion.
Gonna get a Ring doorbell.
On the flagpole.
About 40 of them.
Melissa has been working with Scott Trebelhorn on getting an estimates, because how this started was kind of Mandy wanted some security cameras for the library. And she wanted to use her technology grant funds for that. Well, then I thought, well, they have this money, why don't we put security systems in the rest of the buildings, and all the buildings could probably use it, and they were more than willing to do that.
And part of the reason it came up is, the library closes at, say, 7 o'clock when everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
And whoever's in the library alone, has to go down and check that nobody's in the bathrooms, and it's not usually a problem, but it would be helpful to have a camera once in a while.
Second
just
set
to-
of eyes, yeah.
Yeah,
And the bathrooms are, kind of, things go on in there.
yeah.
We know.
So camera,
Can't put 'em in
just down
the
that
bathroom.
hall.
Can't put them in the bathroom, so we can definitely have them outside.
So how many cameras would they be looking at?
I don't know, I think the bid that Scott, or
You could
Melissa,
the bid was was pretty much
yeah, it was like $8,000, and that
Yeah, and that
included the
was-
library.
that covered the building
Could
pretty
we
well.
get one
I
at the
think.
park shelters, the bathrooms?
Yes, we would like
Those-
to get
I
some
mean, in those
down.
hardened cases that you can't destruct?
Because
I
we
mean,
talked about that, if we don't use all $10,000 on the city halls, can we use some of that for the parks? And they were agreeable to that. so,
Awesome, okay,
yeah.
good.
Good.
Save some money on
The other cities
tearing
didn't
up
want
those
to go,
bathrooms in there.
didn't want to go along with it
Oh, when
when we
put in the
first started
schools,
it,
yeah.
yeah. But now that they got free money,
Yes.
See, just a couple of thoughts on MMPA backwards.
Oh, sure.
Did I lose it already? Oh, I heard tonight Waltz, by, was it 2050?
2050.
He wants all green power,
Oh, the governor?
of course, yeah.
And the state has 25% green power now.
And, we've been talking a little bit about data centers. The guys are gonna make 3 trips. One to Chicago, one to San Fran, and one to Texas, to see if they can nab somebody for some of our towns.
Well, aren't you and Derek gonna be
I
pitching
wish-
Winthrop?
I wish, well, yes, for sure. But
For what? What do you mean?
data
Data
centers.
center.
Oh, data center.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Did everybody see the notice for the Sibley County Municipality meeting coming up, April 2nd?
Yes, I
We
need to
need,
know
uh,
if you are able to come, if you wanna let me know now, or if you wanna wait to.
Can put us down and remind us.
I'll be coming.
yeah.
where is it?
It'll be in Henderson, at the Henderson Roadhouse,
It's a month from tomorrow, so.
The 2nd, yeah.
the second, yeah, and then, yeah, Lon's all excited, so. So you 3, for sure?
Sure.
Okay.
That topic sounded real good there.
Oh, yeah,
I like
Tri-County
the,
Solid Waste.
Come for dinner.
Yeah,
Are you going to the Minnesota Cities meeting?
That's good.
Oh, the
Are they
league
trying to limit
conference? No, I'm not going to the league.
I hope so.
Like, who
I just
cares
took
about
advantage of it.
All right, I'm losing control here. I think we're at the end of the meeting. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
Maybe a record.
Thank you. That's pretty good.
Say last
I'm impressed.
on Annie, you get that?
I've got it, but yeah, I don't. Okay.
Actually, I talked more than I have in a long time.
Yeah, I did.
Gordy, that's because Gordy and Troy aren't here.
I figured it would be. They didn't have
I've
one
seen
lot.
this, I thought it was this one, and it was the second part. I stayed up about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
It was interesting, though.
Just glad to hear about the dairy.